Keep going.
And you fucking farted!
Yeah, I did.
You cocksucker!
My name is Danielle Mazziotti. I am the singer for Ironsoul. Well, I started singing like as soon as I could talk, but I started taking professional vocal lessons when I was 11 at community music school, and I did those for about 9 years. And all throughout that time, I sang in chorus in high school, and I was in musicals, things like that. So I always really enjoyed singing. And then for a long time, and I do still do this currently from time to time, but me and my fiance play in an acoustic duo. Around town, we play like coffee shops and open mic nights and things like that. And I've been doing that since I was probably 16.
My name is Tom, and I play guitar for the band Ironsoul. I was 15 years old. My dad bought me an Ibanez, one of the Geo series, and I love that thing to death. And I was younger. I was into some much different music at the time. I remember I got kicked out of the band I started for sucking, and I will admit I sucked. I was terrible. Then I started getting into Metallica, and I heard Fade to Black, and it just that solo just it cut into my soul, you know. And that was the moment I'm like, I'm gonna fucking learn this song. And I'm like, I'm not gonna stop until I write a solo that makes somebody feel the way I do. And I practiced and practiced and practiced for ages, and then I eventually got to the point where I could play songs like that all the time, like in my sleep. I love it.
All right, my name's John Damagala. I play guitar for Ironsoul. Oh man, I started playing probably when I was about 13, 14. But I played for maybe like 6 months, and that was it, because I didn't get any lessons or anything. So when you first start playing, obviously you suck. So I was like, this sucks, I'm quitting. So then I stopped playing until I was about 16 or 17. I picked it up again. So there was like a 2 or 3 year gap there. So then I stuck with it after I went about 16, 17. I stuck with it, self-taught. I just never went to get lessons. So it was a long journey getting to be halfway decent, but then, once you start picking up on things, it's like, ooh, this sounds cool. So, I'd say since I was like 16, 17, I've really been playing. 25 years I've been playing. Man, I should be better than this. 25 years I've been playing for, holy crap. That's terrible!
My name is Holly Franklin, and I am in the band Ironsoul, and I am the bass player. I started playing bass at 14, and what made me want to play was my dad actually got me a beginner bass kit for Christmas because he wanted to learn how to play, but didn't know any music theory or anything, and I actually had a lot of experience in elementary school, middle school, up until that point, doing music theory and playing viola and everything, orchestral music, so I kind of taught myself how to play. And I always wanted to be kind of like a rock star, so it really motivated me to want to do that and to prove to people that I could do it.
I'm Michael Correa. I am the drummer in Ironsoul. See, started playing guitar when I was 13. Started playing drums when I was 14, but my uncle Anthony was he's like 7 years older than me. I don't even call him uncle, I just call him Anthony. He's always been like playing guitar and drums. My uncle Sano played guitar, and my uncle Anthony introduced me to the big four, Megadeth, Metallica, all those guys, and that's really when I got the bug. I always wanted a drum kit. I bugged my parents from the time I was, I think I was like 7 or 8 years old till I finally got this for Christmas, this TKO like 3-piece kit. I mean, it was a rack tom, a snare, a bass drum, and 1 hi-hat cymbal. And I beat the piss out of this thing till I learned to play drums. Then finally I graduated high school. With my graduation money, I bought my first 5-piece kit. God knows what brand it was. Judging by the hardware, it's probably a Pearl. But from Daddy's Junkie Music. Dude, I mean, the bass drum was black, the rack toms were black, the floor tom was red. It probably wasn't even the matching floor tom.
So I was scrolling through Craigslist, and I never go through Craigslist. I don't know what made me want to do that specific day, but I was going through Craigslist just looking for bands that were looking for singers, because I've always wanted to sing in a rock band, and I've never done that before. And so I stumbled upon Ironsoul's listing, and I sent them all my information and all like my vocal experience and stuff, and apparently they thought they were getting scammed.
When she showed up, we thought we were getting trolled. Because, I mean, her credentials, like, she said she did mostly acoustic stuff, and, you know, her former lead singer did mostly acoustic stuff before she joined the band, and she said, you know, she had vocal training for 8 years, and, you know, and I'm like, dude, are we getting trolled?
But they ended up calling me anyway, and I came in and auditioned.
She showed up for the audition, and she just blew us away. Like, me and Tom both looked at each other, and we're like, yeah, dude, she's the one. I'm like, dude, I still feel like we're getting trolled.
I did 2 auditions with them, and then they asked me to join the band, so that was really fun. Actually, after the first audition, they asked me to join the band, but Johnny likes to do 2 auditions, so they told me not to tell him that they asked him, or that they asked me to join the band. So.
When I was a kid, I used to stand on the couch in my parents' basement, and I had my dad's old guitar, and I would stand up there and pretend I was playing to people, and I always just had this like vision, like I want to do this in real life. It made me feel good pretending to be, and like if I could go back and show my 5-6-year-old self, like, you know, some of the best shows I've played, I mean, he'd be super excited. That was when the feeling came, but I didn't have the means to learn and the money to learn until I was about 15.
What I do outside of music is I currently work in marketing. I work in internet marketing, and I also do YouTube as well. I do like bass tutorials and music theory tutorials. And I'm also a contributor for Bass Musician magazine, and I write articles for them and record videos and whatnot. So, I mean, honestly, outside of music, it's just all music. But I just love it, and I want to, you know, share with people, you know, how much I love music and how much it's changed my life in a positive way, and that you can really just do anything you put your mind to.
Best part about being an Ironsoul is that, you know, it gives me something to do when I am, you know, and, you know, I always wanted to be in a band, so I was like, oh, when I joined here, I was like, oh, good, I'm in a band now, and I guess just being in a band just is good, the cool thing, you know. I mean, Ironsoul's good because we got a bunch of talented people in the band, so, you know, that also helps, but, plus we all get along, so that's another thing. Worst thing about Ironsoul, man, where do I start? I'm kidding.
Worst part about being in a band is loading up the damn van to go to the show, and then loading in, playing the show, loading the van back up, and then bringing the shit all the way back here to unload it and take it upstairs again. It's like moving a small living room every time. And of course, I'm the drummer, so I've got the most frickin' gear. Best part is the camaraderie between all of my bandmates. I mean, these guys, I've been playing with Johnny and Tom since 2013, so what, 6 years now, and Danielle, she's just amazing. Now we've got Holly in the band, and it's weird because I'm self-taught, Johnny's self-taught, Tom's self-taught, so we talk in frets. Holly can talk in notes and keys, and it's like really weird because I don't read music. I learn by ear, so it's funny. I always tell her she's the only real musician in the band.
Well, the best part is, my favorite part is performing. I've always liked performing. I mean, like I said earlier, I was always in musicals and stuff throughout high school. So I've always loved being on stage and the crowd, and so that's a lot of fun. And I really love working with these guys and girl. They're just a really, really great group of people. They're so supportive and so nice. So stress-free coming to practice. Like, you never have to worry about somebody, I don't know, being angry or trying to push their opinion too much about a song. Like, we all listen to each other and everyone voices their opinions equally, and I feel like we work really well together. So I really like that. Oh, and worst part about being in a band? Oh, geez. I guess just like the disappointment when you get really excited about a show and or a song even, and you put it out there and you don't get like the reaction you expected. I feel like that's a little disappointing. Like coming out to a show and playing to like 3 people. It's kind of a bummer. We try not to let it get us down, but it definitely does.
I'm gonna start with the best, because the thing is, like, these those guys up there, they are my best friends in the world. I get to hang out with my best friends, and I make music, and I do what we all love. It's something we all love, and we do it together. And we've lost members through the years. We've gotten new ones. I'm still friends with those people, but it's just like sharing stage with them is that special connection. I feel like they are my best friends and my family, and it's everybody's dream to just do what they love with the people they love. But the worst part is the logistics of it. The money, handling the merch, trying to book stuff, trying to contact all 4 other people and try to get them on the same schedule. It's so annoying because I'm texting 5 people individually. I'm like, hey, you free? Hey, you free? What day are you free? What day are you free? And then like 4, like, all of them except for 1 are like, yeah, I'm good Thursday. And then one of them's like, no, I can't. I'm like, well, fuck. Well, then what do you want to do? So handling the money, booking the shows, like that stuff's all the boring stuff. Because my theory has always been, that this band, we don't do it for money. We don't make any money. We lose money. But I do it like solely for fun. And when it gets not fun is when it's time to not do it anymore.
The best part about being in a band is you're with your best friends. You meet amazing people, come from all different walks of life, who listen and play all different kinds of music. Honestly, like, this band has been the best band I've ever been in. Some of the most awesome people ever. Non-judgmental, just really cool, know how to play. I would say, for me personally, the worst part about being in a band sometimes is learning songs, because I'm such a perfectionist that I want to be perfect all the time and playing them and learning them, and sometimes I want to learn like every single part. So I think for me it's just like taking a step back and kind of letting other people take over and play their parts, because I'm used to doing like more solo things.
How did the band start?
I don't know, I just put it on Craigslist. I was like, looking for band members. It was the worst. It was the worst music that's ever come out. It was terrible. And
Oh, come on, your lead singer was so awesome.
oh yeah.
Very
Oh my god, if you look on YouTube, there is our first show ever with him, and it is very embarrassing. I think we covered Enter Sandman, and he has like a higher pitched voice, so just
Ooh.
Let me play in E flat, so.
So wait, the first singer was a guy?
Yeah.
Wow. How did you end up deciding you wanted a girl? I honestly don't know this.
It's just, I think just because we weren't finding a singer that was good, so we just put out, we're like, anybody. We're like, man or woman, we don't care, apply. And then Kat applied, and she was really good, and we just realized that we should just stick with that. Stick with that formula. Found Justin first.
Yeah,
The bassist stayed, because he's an old friend of mine. Then we found Johnny, and then we found Kat. And then I went to old Danielle, Mercedes, and then new Danielle.
And then there was like 3 bass players in the middle there.
Yeah. Let's see, we had Mike. We had other Mike. And then Nick Landers.
Oh, that's right, Nick. That's right. Good player.
And then there was Tony.
Yeah,
And now we have Holly.
And now we have Holly. In Rochester, we went to Montage. And we opened for Psycho Stick. And somehow, you know, we did the thing I hate where you sell, whoever sells more tickets gets higher on the bill. But somehow we sold the most tickets. Like, we sold out. And I was super shocked. But Psycho Stick is awesome. And so we got to go on right before them. And it was a sold out Montage. And, you know, it was Holly's first show with us. And it was just nut to butt, front of the room. You couldn't even walk in the place. And it was just people cheering, people going nuts. And it was just like, it was loud enough to be like, it made me feel like I was like on the stage in front of 1 million people. Like, there was just a sea of people cheering, jumping. You know, you do something like you do a cool little lick on the guitar, everybody cheers. You know, you don't really hear that too much in Buffalo, but at Montage, that is the best show I will ever probably play in my life. That Montage show was the culmination of that dream as a kid. It was just, I don't know. It's emotional for me because music is just ingrained in me, and I can't just stop, you know. And that show, it makes me so happy thinking about it.
Well, I think people should support local bands just because of the fact that, you know, you have these local bands are actually pretty good. It's a lot better than some of these freaking national acts, and especially nowadays. I think the music sucks nowadays.
Oh, because it's so important. It's culture. Music moves people. It's an escape from all the stress in life, you know. Day to day, you go to work, you go to school, people don't do a whole lot. Get out and listen to some music, socialize with other people. It's relaxing. I think there's a lot of benefits to going out to local music shows. And I think a lot of local musicians are more talented than the people you hear on the radio. Like, I have played many shows with many different artists, and I would say at least half of those artists are insanely talented and majorly underrated.
A lot of local musicians are your friends, your neighbors, people you pass in the supermarket, or you'll see walking down the street. You know, we live the same life that you guys, that everybody in the city lives, not some national act that you'll rarely ever see walking around the city, that if you say hi to them, they're probably just gonna be like, yeah, whatever, dude. You know, and we work hard at this. You know, we work 9-to-5 jobs. Music is our passion. So, I mean, I don't do this for fame. I don't do this to make money. It would be awesome if I could make money doing it, but I do this because I love music. I've loved music since, you know, I can remember listening to the radio with my dad, you know, like, or sitting in my uncle's room listening to Metallica, Iron Maiden, you know. It's just been in my blood, and that's what I want to do. And you should support the local acts, because, I mean, we're not doing it because we're getting paid an exorbitant amount of money to do it. We're doing it because we want to watch you react to our music, our art. You know, that is by far, like, the greatest high you will ever get is when you're on stage and the crowd is moving and grooving to your tunes, and it makes you just say, yeah, this is what I am fucking doing this for. You know, there's no other feeling, none.
The music scene, just keep playing, keep rocking out, you know, do what you love. You know, you're probably not going to make a ton of money doing it here, but you do it because you love it, and, you know, do what you love.
I think of it this way, as in whatever your now favorite band is, they were in the same position we are at some point. I mean, it takes support from people to show that they're loved, you love music. At a show, you might find a band that you actually like even more than, more mainstream bands. There's a lot of talent in Buffalo, an insane amount. And if they got the support, I've seen those, even some of the most talented people in Buffalo play to nobody, and it's a shame because there's just so much going on, and you could potentially find your next favorite band.